Hey guys, welcome back to the Two Sushi Rolls podcast. It is me, your current host, I guess, the Mama Bear, Leslie E. And I'm not here with my Papa Bear, or King of the fucking Castle, as he puts it, because, he's traveling. He got to do what he has to do right now. So it is just me, and I'm here with Sabino, or just Bino.
Yep. How you guys doing?
And he's also known as Fotos by Bino. He is a photographer. And sorry guys. So I said our guest, and I should also say our sponsors. We are sponsored by Basic Roofing TX or Basic Roofing IL. You can reach them at 210-240-4124 or 630-742 0477. So if you have a leak in your roof, or even if you don't know, they'll do a free inspection. So call them. So we're here with Fotos by Bino, and so you didn't have to drive that far because we actually had to relocate our studio. And so if anything sounds slightly off, guys, I'm so sorry. We had to move all our equipment and plug it all in and then start the show. So there's that. So hello.
How you doing?
And I have a question. So you also do photography, and you also said you have a brand?
Yeah.
So what is that?
It's a lifestyle brand.
Okay.
It's based out on the car community.
Okay.
It's something I started back in 2014 with a partner that I had, and now it's just like the name is just under me now. So, but it's like off to the side now since like my photography's picking back up.
Okay.
So I just don't know what route to go with it. I'm probably gonna insert my photography into that brand somehow, and just do other stuff, but we'll see where the road goes.
And so how long have you been doing photography?
Photography, like as a hobby and just like with a kickback, like cheap camera, probably like 2 years.
Okay.
People like really like, they like fucked with my like pictures and stuff, so I'm like, you know what, and I really like it too, so I just started doing it more like competitively and like actually like serious about it for like a couple months now.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
And you guys can find him on Facebook and Instagram at Fotos by Bino, Fotos by Bino. And so what kind of photography do you like to do the most?
My favorite is portraits.
Portraits?
I like taking pictures of people, and I've been really I like taking pictures like at like venues and stuff too. It's pretty cool, music venues.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of artists that you post, and they're really awesome when you see them like in the moment. Yeah, you really capture that really well.
And stuff.
Yeah. And we've had like a couple photographers on here. I think like 4, 5.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have a lot of photographers, and the way that they see things is very different.
Yeah.
I feel. Do you feel like you kind of see things like as people differently?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like every photographer is different in their own aspect. Like everyone has like their own art to it. That's why I love photography. Every photographer is different in their own way.
Yeah.
Like you said, they see it differently, and it's just really cool.
Yeah, and we had Orion the Hunter Photography, and when he does portraits, he always thinks like, what's their story, or like what are they going through their day? Do you ever think that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because when you see like the pictures of like the bands and everything, you're just like, what's going through their mind?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
kind of see like the sweat on their face, and their hair's kind of wet, and all of that. And so, do you go to venues just to do photography, or do you listen
pretty much
to
as
them?
now. Yeah, it's just every shooting and covering like every show I go to.
So every single day.
Yeah.
And I didn't really mention that I know Bino because he's dating one of my high school friends, Maddie, or Madison. I don't know which one she likes to go by. And that's how I kind of find you through there, because she does promote your stuff.
Yeah, she does.
All
She's
the
like
time.
my #1 supporter right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome, because when I found you, I was like, I wonder if he'll be down to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you said this is your first time, but you've done other interviews?
Yeah, but not like a podcast like this, like live and stuff.
But have you like done for like online interviews?
No, just like a basic like interview in front of like a camera kind of thing. They didn't really put it out anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just to like mess around and stuff.
Oh, okay. Were they like your friends?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. And so are you going to start like maybe a website? Or...
Yeah, I actually do have a portfolio right now. It's not like a website, but you can see all my images on there.
Okay.
So.
And what is that?
It's I don't know it off the top of my head.
Oh,
But it's
it's
ran
fine.
by Adobe.
Oh,
'Cause,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
can get you that link later
okay.
on. Yeah.
And did you go to school for photography or do any type of schooling?
No, I did not. I just learned it like along the way.
Oh, self-taught.
Yeah, self-taught and just went from there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And because we talked before this show, and you said you know like a couple artists. You said you do work for someone else.
Yeah, I do work for this guy named Rome.
Mhm.
He's based out in Geneva, and I found him through one of the kids that I worked with back in like when I was like 17.
Oh, okay.
And we were friends, and then he introduced me to him, and like, oh, he's actually a music artist. He liked my like photography, so we just been going from there.
Oh,
He
okay.
wants me to do cover art for him, or like whenever he needs it,
Oh.
like I just do images for him and stuff. So
And so is he like a band?
no, he's like more of like a hip hop, like
oh.
rap kind
Oh,
of. Yeah.
okay. And that's awesome. So
Yeah.
that could be really something that like can push your career
Oh yeah,
forward.
I really hope so.
That's
So-
awesome. And when you go to venues, do you like go there as a photographer? Do they know you're the photographer, or you kind of just do that like self?
It's
kinda
like
stuff?
I'm like self, and it's for the venue.
Oh.
So like I'm shooting for the venue
Oh.
and like for myself. So if I wanted to get the images out there, I'll just reach out to the management of the artists, stuff like that. So it's a great opportunity.
Okay. And do you ever plan on like traveling? You know, like maybe going like out of the country, even out of the state or
Yeah,
anything?
out of the state for sure. I mean, me and Madison were out of state in October for an event called Jawbreaker.
Oh.
So
okay.
like Zed was there, RL Grime, like
Oh.
artists like that. So
Oh.
we got another opportunity again at the end of this month for New Year's Eve. We'll be seeing like Zed's Dead, Excision.
Okay. And what
stuff
state
like
is that in?
It's gonna be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. You're really going out there. And have you ever played with maybe, you know, like scenery, or you're just like, no, I just want to do people and portraits, and that's
That's like my favorite thing. But it
Mhm.
all started off with cars, honestly.
Oh,
like that's
right.
what was my main like object. Don't get me wrong, I still like shooting cars. It's cool, but I just like shooting like people, capturing them in moments, you know,
Yeah.
candids and stuff like that.
yeah,
so.
definitely. Because
Yeah.
you know, I don't have an artist's eye like photographers have, but when they explain to me, you know, they look at people and they wonder what their story is. And once you kind of get that mindset, you can kind of look at the picture and you can almost imagine it. And picture really makes you think, which is why I really like
Yeah.
portraits.
Yeah.
I think that's one of like I love nature and I think it's beautiful, but one of my favorites is portraits too.
Yeah.
Just because you can look at people, because you never really know.
Yeah, exactly.
Just by looking,
Yep.
you all you have to do is just wonder. And you know, I think you should really look up Orion the Hunter photography.
Okay, I will.
Because sometimes he'll get people like on their phone, or like these girls talking at a restaurant,
Yeah.
and he'll be like, you know, what are they? You know, he would always put like a funny caption, like Monday brunch or something.
Oh, okay.
But you could tell like all the girls are laughing, and it looks really awesome. And that's what I like the most. And whenever like you post your like venue, like sometimes it has like a purple shade to it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it looks a lot more like, I don't know how to describe it, but like rock starry.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
And so that's what I really like, because after talking to so many photographers, I've kind of changed my view on how I look at pictures
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
And
definitely.
so that's why I have a love for photographers. So, and do you have like a group of photographer friends?
I actually don't. I mean, I had one who I was really close to, but he moved to Arizona.
Ah,
So
oh man.
yeah, but there is like two like artists who I look up to, his
Mhm.
inspirational wise.
And who's that?
One of them is Sebastian Rodriguez.
Okay.
He's actually based out of New York.
Mhm.
I just look up to him because he just like shoots like and covers like a lot of venues. He's actually at Rolling Loud right now,
Mhm.
which is a big festival for like
Oh.
Post Malone and
Oh,
like
no
all
way.
those big artists.
And he's there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
another
awesome.
one of my favorite photographers would be Adam DeGrosse, who is
Okay.
Post Malone's photographer.
Yeah, you know what?
So,
I have seen
yeah.
his stuff. I do see his stuff like all the time. He's tagging him all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
That's
They're just
awesome.
two really talented photographers.
Okay, and when you look at the photography, do you kind of like try to study it? Because I don't. Do you have to like kind of change your camera settings or?
Oh yeah, because we shoot a manual, so I mean I do. So it's like kind of hard. So it's like once the lighting changes, you have to change
Oh.
everything on your camera to just try to get that perfect shot.
Go with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I don't really think about that. Like,
Yeah.
because you know, when you do go to concerts, there's always lights or there's
Yeah.
something in the background, so you must have to change your settings a lot. What kind of setting? Do you use your camera on, or what kind of camera do you have?
I have a Nikon D750 full
Okay.
frame,
All right.
and then I also have another one for my backup camera. I have another full frame D600.
Right. Right. And do you carry it around like everywhere?
Not
Or
not
just-
everywhere. Maybe my backup one, my walk around, but like my my main one. I don't really use it like that much. I just use it for like more professional purposes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that like with pictures, like you can only use the camera a certain amount of times before it starts going bad. Is that like really a thing that photographers look into?
Yeah, it's got like a certain amount of clicks, I guess it's called. But I mean, I have like several years for it until like it goes bad. And,
Right. Oh, okay.
yeah.
And for when you go to a venue, I guess, how many times, like, how many good shots do you have versus how many shots you took in general?
I mean, honestly, I like a lot of bad shots.
Yeah, like, because I see that you post a lot, but,
Yeah.
you know, how many did you have to go through to get
Oh, a
those?
bunch. Like, it's crazy. Like, how many, like, that's how I am. Like, say if I want to take a picture of you right now, I'll take, like, 10 shots of, like, you, like, the same, because I know one of them's going to come out, like, really, really good that I like.
Okay.
So, like, that's what I do. I take a lot of pics of the same thing. Like,
Over and over.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Until you get that perfect, because
Yeah,
it has
until
to
I
be,
get
like, that perfect moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that sounds so hard. And when you go, like, when you go out and see bands, are you, like, in the front? Do you have to pay for your tickets?
Right now, lately, I haven't been.
Oh,
I mean,
awesome.
I've been getting lucky, just,
Good.
you know, not paying for it, but...
And
Yeah.
do they give you, like, a good part of the, like, venue?
Yeah, actually, whoever opens for, like, the headliner,
Mhm.
you get, like, 3 songs in the pit. So, like, you're in the pit.
Oh, okay.
God, I don't know if you know
Yeah.
what that...
Yeah,
like,
I've
in
been to a
between
couple.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
cool. And then you just walk around the whole venue and just get shots of everywhere else.
Oh, nice. And do people ever get in your way and be like, hey, take a picture of me? Or...
Yeah, oh, yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
most of the times they think that I'm, like, a photographer for the headliner. I'm like, oh, no, I'm just making it for myself right now.
Well, I would have been like, heck yeah, I'm
Yeah,
real
right.
famous. Look me up. No, that's awesome. And so, what made you, I guess, I don't know, like, what made you be like, yeah, this is definitely what I'm going to go for. This is what I want to be.
Honestly, just looking, like I said, my 2 favorite photographers, just looking at, like, where they started and where they're at now.
Yeah,
It's
like,
kind of like
traveling
where...
with Post Malone. Like,
Exactly.
come on.
It's, like, awesome. It's, like,
Yeah.
exactly, like, where I'm at now. Like, during the week, I work night shifts at, like, a warehouse, like a liquor warehouse. So, like, I'm just trying to, like...
Go with the grind.
Yeah, go with the grind, you know? Like, on the weekends doing the stuff that I love and then just making the money through the week that, like, provides for everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and one day it'll all pay for itself.
I really
and you'll be
hope so.
looking back and laughing.
yeah. My
'Cause that's
girlfriend
how
tells
it
me all
is.
the time.
Yeah, and
So.
she's going in for I know she goes to like beauty school, I think.
Yeah,
or-
she actually graduated. She's, like, doing hair and stuff
Oh,
now.
nice. That's awesome. So, like, with that, I think a lot of, like, I guess you consider yourself, like, entrepreneurs. Is that what photographers? Or is it, like, freelance? Or
I'm freelance right
Yeah.
now, so...
Yeah, and I think a lot of them, they start off, you know, doing what you do. You know, you work
Yeah.
just and so on the weekend you really do what you love. And then, like I said, like, one day that one thing is going to put you out there
Yeah.
and they're going to be like, hey, chum travel. Is that what you want to do? Like a kind of travel with a band?
My dream is, yeah, to travel with a band or an artist.
Mhm.
And, yeah, that's
That's
what I want to
awesome.
do. I just want to work for a particular artist.
Huh.
So that's my dream.
That's amazing. And do you listen to a lot of music? Do you like music? Do
I
you
love
play
music. I love music. I don't play music, but I love it.
I love it.
I mean, that's why, like, I started getting into the photography more, is specifically into the music.
Mhm.
But I just love, like, certain types of music.
And what type of music do you like? You can talk about anything.
All kinds, honestly. I mean, we can start with rock.
Mhm.
I mean, that's where it all started from for me.
Okay.
My girlfriend actually got me into the band Real Friends. That's like
Oh.
one of my favorite, like, rock bands right now.
Okay, I've never heard of them. Have you heard of them?
No, I live under a rock.
Oh,
though.
okay.
I get my music choices from video games.
Oh, okay. So yeah, most definitely living under a rock over there, guys.
Oh, there you go.
all
Grand
right.
Theft Auto's got a poppin' radio
Oh
station.
Yeah, they do. I agree
Oh
with
my
you on that
God,
one.
Mo. Okay, so there. And so what other type of music?
I love rap and hip hop.
Rap
One of
and
my
hip-hop.
favorite rap artists would be Lil Peep. but
Okay.
he passed, so
Oh.
it's kind of sad.
Oh, okay. You know, I
Uh,
think I heard about that. I don't know. How didn't that happen like last year or a couple years
Yeah,
ago?
last year.
Last year.
November.
The gentleman who passed away because of the Xanax overdose, right?
Yep.
That was,
Oh,
that was him that
okay.
made it like
Yeah.
a big
Yes,
thing
a big thing.
to be aware of.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do remember that. Everyone was talking about mental health because
Yeah,
of that.
mental health is something.
That
yeah.
kind of contributed,
Yeah,
obviously,
exactly.
to that. Yeah, I remember all that. You know, that's really amazing. That's really amazing. And so, you know, photographers, I love them so much. Sorry. And so, do you do anything else, you know, for interests, or you know, You and your girl travel?
Yeah, but it's just mostly for like music stuff and like
Okay.
for my photography because that's just what's taking up my weekends right now, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, without her, do you think it would be harder without someone
yeah.
who's your big fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like she like usually like carries my lenses and like helps me
Oh.
change them and
What? She's
yeah,
right
it's
there.
awesome. 'Cause
Oh,
if
man.
I did it myself, it'd be rough.
It'd be. Oh, so
But
I
I
didn't
gotta
even
do
know
it.
she was doing that much. She was
Yeah.
even doing that.
I'm sorry I didn't mention that, but yeah, she's like my assistant pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I mean, it's
Dang.
kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah,
my plus one's my girlfriend instead of some stranger.
Yeah,
Take it
wow.
any day.
Dang, yeah, all guys need a girl like that.
And on top of it, she gets into the show for free too.
Oh, that's awesome.
So.
Yeah, she must love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw it was your birthday the other day too,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Or was it yesterday?
The 12th,
The 12th? Okay.
a couple days ago.
All right, well, happy birthday. How
Thank
old are you?
26.
26? Nice. And I'm guessing she's my age, like 21.
Yeah.
21. That's awesome. I don't know, fun fact, everyone, today's my birthday.
Is it really?
No
way. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm 21 now.
Happy birthday.
And that's awesome. So when you met her, were you into photography already? Or was it something that developed, while you were with her?
Yeah, it definitely developed.
And she was like, yeah, let's go for it. Let's do
exactly.
it. Did she suggest, like, I'll hold around your stuff and I'll...
Well, it just, like, became a thing. Like, she's
it
always
was
down
so
to
natural.
help. Yeah,
Man,
exactly.
that's awesome. You two are like a power couple
Yeah.
for life. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And where'd you guys meet? Did you go to Plainfield or?
Yeah, I went to Plainfield North.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we
Alright.
met through, like, my girlfriend's, my brother's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Like, they knew
So,
each other.
mutual
So
friends.
then yeah, exactly. Then
Man,
she just introduced me.
fate right
Yeah.
there. That's amazing. And just a reminder, so I don't forget this time, to do a little mid-roll, because I know if I keep talking, I'm going to forget to thank our sponsors again. Once again, we are sponsored by Basic Roofing TX and Basic Roofing IL. And if you type in basicroofingil.com, it'll just redirect to basicroofingtx.com. So, and you can always contact the Texas number, which is 210-240-4124, or Juan, who is the Illinois number, and he is 630-742-0477. And so, what do your parents think about, or anyone that's big, you think about your photography or what you want to do?
I mean, they're all for it.
They're all for it?
Yeah.
That's good. A lot of, because my husband comes from an entrepreneur family, and they're all kind of, while they're for it, they kind of get scared. They're like, I don't know, what if I don't make money from
Yeah,
this?
exactly.
But I think it's something where you kind of have to work. Like, do you like Post Malone?
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, because his song Congratulations,
Yeah.
he had to work for where he's at.
Exactly.
And, you kind of have to do those. Maybe it can even take years before it really blows up. But when it blows up, it's all worth it.
My advice to other people, too, and, like, I try to tell myself is, like, you got to take a risk.
Right.
Like, you got to do it, because if you're not going to do it, then what do you expect?
Yeah, there's no chance that it would happen.
Yeah, what do you, I don't know. That's how I see it.
Okay.
So.
And for photography, do you ever look into, like, movies or anything like that?
That'd be something cool, too. A new movie or a TV show. Be a
Right.
part of a cast.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely, like, open for, like, that stuff, too.
And I don't know, do you need a degree to ever get into these jobs or, like, go to venues, or do they even care about that?
I feel like it's something good to have,
Mm-hmm.
but
they don't really, like, ask for it?
no, I feel
or-
like it's about like who you know also.
Oh.
But, like that,
Okay, I see.
I just feel like that's just like what
The
the world,
connections.
like the world revolves around.
Around
It's just about who you know.
connections. I was a manager for a fast food restaurant. Well, it wasn't even fast food. It's kind of fast food. It's a pizza place. And I lied there because I wanted to be a manager. I have kids. I have 6 of them. 4 of them are my step. And I have 2. And I really needed, like, a better job. I couldn't just be, like, a cook. I
Yeah.
really need something that would pay a bill or 2. And so they were like, have you ever been a manager? And my family, my husband's family is entrepreneurs, so they have a whole bunch of businesses. So I was like, yeah, I was a manager for this business, and I was a manager for this business, and I kind of learned that way. And it's like, how else are you supposed to get a better job without ever, being a manager in the first place? Like, if I didn't have experience I ended up being, like, one of their best managers ever, because all the other ones are kind of like, they're really lazy.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you guys could fake it till you make it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but what happens when you do?
Well, well, when I showed up, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But it's like I kind of watched everyone, and I feel bad for the people that got their food like the first day because they kept calling back, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'll send you like 3 free pizzas. But like after that, it was all like, no, the day after you kind of get used to it, and it's like I never needed experience
Yeah.
for this because I feel like every place is different. But yeah, wait, what's wrong,
I
Mo?
was gonna say, yeah, fake it till you make it, and then just like add it to your resume.
Yeah,
So it's
and then
like-
It
there
looks
we
really
go.
good on paper.
Then there we go. That is my new experience. Was that freaking place? I think I was the manager to like 3 other restaurants after that.
I
That's
mean,
awesome.
Like, that's literally how I ended up talking to the headliner at Phil's last show. I
Oh.
just pretended I was people, walk up to him, completely blow off the artist, like, hey, yeah, do you have a manager I can talk to? I'm an executive producer. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up?
See, and it just
And it
works that way.
worked.
It worked.
It really works that
That's
way.
awesome.
Because my husband and I, because we've gone through some pretty rough times.
bet.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
And I don't know how to say this without giving away what happened because I know he'd get mad if I mentioned it. There's a situation where a company had something of mine, I guess really important information like my kids' like birth certificates. They had all this stuff, right? And I really need to get to it, but they were like blowing me off because they were kind of like a crappy company. It was my fault. I didn't do enough research. But my husband just calls while he's like painting because he was a painter at the time, and he was pretending to be a lawyer. Like, I'm a lawyer to this girl, and and if you don't get any of the information, we're gonna have to serve you and all this stuff, right? And they got so scared, and they ended up giving all our stuff back. And all you have to do is like really fake it, like. And I don't know if you know like any Bolingbrook, I guess, musical artists, because we have a whole bunch of those too, like Filio
Really?
Phil. I don't know if you know who Filio
No,
Phil.
I actually don't.
Yeah, he just did a show with who? Who was the
A bunch of
headliner?
people. Oh, it was Jaron Benton.
Jaron Benton.
Cohen, Griff got bars. and
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of people.
And like, and like through them, like we kind of make connections with artists that way too.
Yeah.
So I wonder if your artist friend actually knows them because they're pretty.
He
they're
might actually
pretty
do.
big around here.
Yeah.
And what's his name, by the way?
Oh,
Do you know?
Rome.
Rome. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, you did mention that. My bad, guys. My bad. But I feel like you should take that, like, kind of go into venues, like
Oh, definitely.
when people are like, "Oh, are you?" They're like, "Yeah, I'm with them," and
Yeah.
I feel like that will definitely push you forward. And for Instagram, do you post like every day, or do you try to?
I try to post every day, but it's like kind of hard with like my night shift job.
Oh.
Because like we're in the like it's called the busy season, I guess.
Yes, definitely. Because
I mean-
yeah, I worked for FedEx at some point.
Yeah. On Thursday, I went in at 5:30 p.m. and didn't leave till 12
Oh my-
p.m. the next day.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm kind of tired right now.
Oh, wait, was that like yesterday?
Yeah, right.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
I'm so
And I have to go back
sorry.
in Sunday.
You sound just like a night shifter too. Like, how many days is it, bro?
Yeah, it's rough.
Oh my
It's rough,
gosh.
and it's all hard labor.
Yeah,
throwing cases and stuff.
Yeah, because I was a package handler too, and I
Yeah.
was doing the night shift too because I had kids.
Yeah.
So
It's
husband
rough.
work. Yeah, man.
No one understands the night shift until you do it.
Yeah, and it's like because I used to
Right.
leave at like 3 a.m. and like people would be like, "Good morning," and
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Please,
Yeah.
please don't tell me that, please, God, no." Uh, and so, how long have you been working for there?
I've been working it for 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, was it legal for them to let you work that long?
I mean, it's not legal, but they really can't do anything, you know? It's
Oh, man.
like $1 billion company.
Oh,
For
well,
sure, like,
yeah.
they
So
pay off
nice
those
try
people or
trying to
something.
sue them. Yeah,
exactly.
good try.
For sure.
Yeah, I always get that too when people are like, well, they can't fire you because you're pregnant. You should sue them.
Yeah.
Do you know how much a lawyer costs?
Uh-huh.
I think that's where companies kind of get
Oh, yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And like the place that I worked for, like, because if you're salary, they don't pay you overtime. So they would work because I was an assistant manager, that they would work the main manager like 70-hour weeks, and it's
Yeah.
like he's not getting paid overtime. And
Smart
I remember, yeah, and I remember he told me like, yeah, I calculated how much I'm earning per hour versus like how much he's actually making. It was like $4 an hour.
Wow.
And they really be screwing you over.
Oh, yeah.
So when you kind of chase your dream, you feel like you're kind of going after what you want to make. Like no one's
Yeah.
gonna screw you over
Yeah.
because you're your own boss,
Yeah.
basically.
I mean, it is right now because I'm not getting paid anything, but
yeah,
it'll be
but
worth it at
it'll
the
be
end.
worth
I just
it
keep
at
telling
the
myself
end.
that it's
Yeah.
going to be worth it.
Because like even Post Malone's congratulations, you know how hard he worked. I don't know if you saw his YouTube video of him like when he was like 18 years old and he
No,
was like
I
fake
actually
rap.
haven't.
Well, he was like a silly song. I don't know. Did you see him? Mo?
I haven't.
No, but he's over here talking about why don't you love me or something. He's wearing like a crop top and I think like booty shorts and stuff like that. Did your air turn off?
I think so.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that was a heat that just went off.
Oh, okay, because I was like, wait, what is that noise that just compressed in my ears? Man. Well, oh, and how far would have our old studio been for you? If we're...
I'd say like 35 minutes, probably
Yeah.
40 minutes.
So I think maybe this studio might work better because we get a lot of local talent in
Yeah,
here.
that's good.
Yeah.
And we've gotten a couple people that are kind of far out in the city. But even then, this would be closer than our old studio. But I mean, we're kind of trying to make it work for all you YouTubers. Can you even tell that there's like a thing going on over here? Yeah, for all our podcast listeners, we're in a new studio, which doesn't look as lit as our last studio. No offense to Mo.
Whoever works.
Yeah, but cause like our walls were like painted and they looked really nice, and we're gonna have to rework it here.
We can.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so today's kind of been crazy, and every day we're gonna record, so we're gonna try to do that. And you know, last week we kind of had a crazy guest. Should we talk
Yeah.
about it?
We
So,
can.
we're not gonna say any names. Because we
George
didn't.
Wood.
Yeah, if my husband was here, he'd be shitting on him hard as fuck.
Oh,
But
shit.
we didn't end up posting an episode last week because I had a guest come in, and it kind of made us realize that we kind of have to learn how to cut off guests because he kind of went I don't know how to
You
describe
went
it.
drunk Steve-O on us.
Yeah,
God.
yeah, like he was it's like we're like a comedy podcast. Like when my husband's on here, he's talking shit. He don't give a fuck. Like he says the most wildest things, right? But this guest, he was like saying things. It's like you can't say that. Like we're gonna, like someone's gonna like kill us. Like someone's gonna find us and kill us. Like he was going way too far with this stuff. Like some things would have been funny, but other things it was like way too far.
Yeah,
Like
there was uses of hard R's.
it
You
was
know
like
what I'm talking about.
and it was like if he would have just slightly just toned it down just a little bit, like had a little bit of a filter,
He was raised by like one less wolf.
it would have been okay. But the weird thing is he never asked us like where's the episode.
Oh,
Cause, like,
really?
yeah, because this episode's gonna come out on Monday,
Okay.
and he never asked like where's the episode. Hey guys.
Was he a photographer too, or?
No, he was he wants to be a singer.
Oh, really? I see.
Yeah. Or is he a singer or does he make beats?
He
didn't even talk
makes
about it that
music.
much.
He does perform on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he just released a song on Thanksgiving, so he was like super new.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't really talk about it much. He was just like really like, and he would talk crap about like every person he was associated with.
I don't like people like that.
Yeah, and it was like, cause one of our close friends, Phil, he like was talking about how he liked him, but then he was like, yeah, but fuck you about this. But it was like about everyone that he mentioned, and then at the end he was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to probably rely on all these people at some point in my life. And it's like, well, why were you just talking crap about them?
This
So
man called Bieber's fiance a man. And then
yeah.
he's like,
Oh,
do
well,
you
he
want
got
that
married to
man?
her. Baldwin. I don't know what her
Oh,
first
really?
name is. Justin Bieber got married,
Oh,
but he
yeah,
was
I've
like
seen that.
calling her like a man. And I don't, because we have everyone. Let's talk about that. We have a network where we have multiple podcasts. Mo has his own podcast called "There's Levels to This." That's a
Nice.
political podcast where he just kind of talks to anyone. It's not like a judgmental where it's these days everyone gets mad about what people are, but
Yeah.
he's really open. And then we have the Baldwin kids, and they're two black gay dudes, and they talk about mental health and music and video games and all this stuff. And then he decided to start talking crap about them too.
Nice.
Yeah, right? And at the end, we were like, yeah, we can't air this. Now we got to learn how to cut people off and be
Yeah.
like, all right, get the fuck out of here. And yeah, a whole episode kind of went down the drain because of that.
Yeah, it
Like,
was-
people, so if you didn't see an episode, sorry. But I'm going to try to get my dad on here.
that'd
Because,
be cool.
yeah, my dad was born in Cuba.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he was there for like 10 years. Oh, sorry guys, my little son over here is coughing over here. And then he moved to Spain. And then
Oh,
he lived
wow.
in Madrid for a
Okay,
couple years
nice.
too. And I don't know if he wants to talk about, because my dad's like, when he heard that I was doing a podcast, he was like, well, I hope you're not saying anything personal, because like they're old. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, everyone knows my social security number and everything like that. But it'd be nice to hear his story, because my dad, he's been through a lot.
Oh, I bet.
Like, a lot. And mostly because, like, life in Cuba is, like, really different from here.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even have cows there. He said he would drink, like, powdered milk.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have cattle or anything like that. So it'd be nice to get him on there. And then you said you have connections, so we can all be like,
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, both my parents are from different countries too.
Oh, yeah, where are they from?
My mom is from Cyprus, Greece.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
and
I'm
then
ignorant. I don't know where that's at.
My dad's from Guatemala.
Oh,
So, yeah.
wow. And did they meet here?
Yeah, they met here.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. And
Yeah.
so they've definitely gone through their own
Yeah.
struggles too. I
Yeah.
feel like immigrant parents,
Yeah, they
kind
go
of,
through the struggles.
they pass it down. Although my parents, they're kind of like, I feel like most immigrant parents, they like, oh, well, we had gone through struggles. You have to respect everything.
Yeah.
And my parents pretend like, it's mostly my mom, because her family's from Mexico. And they kind of pretend like everything, my mom pretends everything's perfect.
Yeah.
And because like she's lived in the suburbs her whole life, which she hasn't.
Yeah.
My mom had my brother at 15 years old, and she was like living in poverty, and she still ended up graduating with no like her, because he's my half brother, so like the dad wasn't involved, and she was all by herself, and she's acting like she lived in the suburbs her whole life, and
Yeah.
everything's always been with my dad who takes care of her, and it wasn't always like that. I feel like, do your parents ever tell you like things are hard and you have to kind of respect things and kind of don't take things for granted?
Oh yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
much,
like my mom's so opposite. She's like, no, everything needs to be perfect.
Well, there's no
no.
such thing as perfect.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But I don't know why. If I had my mom on here, you guys would be like, I hate her. Like I hate her so much. She's really mean and really rude and has her. But my dad, who's like the complete opposite, he's like a sweetheart, down to earth. Versus, even though he's been through a lot of hard things, and I feel like that's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of things. I totally went off on a tangent. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. And yeah, so do you have any of your photography things here today, or just yourself?
Just myself.
Yeah,
That's
just
why I
yourself.
brought
And
up
I'm
my
so
camera
sorry
phone.
that you ended up coming here. You worked until 12.
Yeah.
And
Well, like
did you go to sleep at all?
12 p.m. So like I had a little bit of free time on Friday.
Oh,
And then a
okay.
little sleep and then came here.
Oh my gosh. You know, you
Yeah.
could have made it like way later. Like
No,
you
it's fine.
could have come way later. I'm so sorry.
No, that's cool.
Oh man. But you see guys, you have to go through the struggle
Yeah.
to get where you want to be. Like you can't look at the artists that you want to look up to and then wake up one day and be like, this is where I'm going to be.
It's just really cool to have a story behind things too.
Yeah,
So
it's the journey.
yeah,
It's the journey.
it's awesome.
I don't know if you know who Gary Vee is, but
No.
he's like a really famous, I don't even know what he is, life speaker or motivational.
That's another thing I love too, motivational. Like I used to post a lot of like inspirational stuff on like my Instagram stories and stuff like that all
Yeah.
the time, and I usually put them on my posts, and people really like it.
Well, yeah, because it's your positive vibes.
Yeah.
It's your
when I
positive
posted
vibes.
that, I at least had like, I don't know, 10 to like 15 people every day like respond back and be like, hey,
Oh.
you made my day and this.
Oh, that's awesome.
And like on top of it, I know you mentioned like mental health a couple times, and
Yeah.
like I'm like not too afraid to admit it. I'm dealing with depression myself.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people are, and they're just too scared to say something about it. I mean, like,
Right, they're kind
and
of
try to go get help, and like they're
fear.
just scared, embarrassed, and
Yeah.
there's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's like you said, it's mental health. It's normal. It's like something that people go through, and
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people just view it differently. They like bully them and like do the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's just
yeah.
not normal. Like it's like me and my girlfriend both deal with that, and
Yeah.
it sucks, but then it doesn't suck because like we can motivate each other, and like that's what we try to do.
Right.
If we're one of them's having, or like one of us having a bad day, I'll try to motivate her. She'll try to motivate me, and it just keeps the ball rolling.
Perfect. See, like
Yeah.
I said, perfect power couple over
Exactly.
here.
We try.
Perfect. Yeah.
I mean, like you say, we go through dark times, but you just gotta keep keep rolling and
'cause
pushing it.
If you never push, then you won't ever kind of get out of it.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
really, obviously, it's easier said than done. Because I feel like if you post a lot of positive things, because I like posting a lot of positive things, but people, I feel like they kind of get mad. They're like, well, that's
Yeah.
easier said than done.
Yeah.
Or that's, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, do you want me to kind of like complain and be
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
fuck my
right?
life, I hate
Yeah.
everything, you suck too? Like, I don't really, because Gary Vee had a video. He was talking about, like, I don't understand how people live for the weekend. It's a really popular video. And he's like, 90% of your week is the weekdays. Like, you can't really chase the weekends. And in the comments, everyone was, like, really negative. Well, that's easy for you to say because you're super rich.
Yeah.
But he wasn't always super rich. And that was his whole point. Once you change your mindset, it improves everything else. because I have a lot of stuff I go through, and I do have some issues, but George likes to make a lot of jokes about them. But that's my husband. He's a comedian, and I kind of learned how to laugh about my issues that I have. And it's like if I keep being negative about it, or if I keep being angry every day, it won't really change the situation that you're in. So like you said, like if you think, oh, well, this is going to get me somewhere one day, you're kind of positive about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's already kind of showing because you get into places free and you get to listen to music for free.
I mean, it's cool, yeah. And then people like the pictures, and like some artists use the photos.
Oh, see,
so it's kind of
that's
cool.
Awesome.
There's days, don't get me wrong, I want to give up, but just keep
yeah.
telling myself I don't want to work for, I don't know, I don't want to work that. I don't want, like you said, I don't want to live for the weekend. Like, I don't want to wait for the weekend to start living my life.
You want
like,
to live every single day.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least try to.
I want to wake up and like feel like I don't have to go to work.
Right, exactly. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
See, that's a wonderful thing, and that's one thing that's great about being freelance or entrepreneur. It's hard in the beginning, and people kind of get scared, but you don't want to live for that, and
Exactly.
it's worth it in the end. Because do you feel like you're working when you do photography?
Not really.
No. Well,
No.
obviously it's like work, but it's more like you're having fun and you're enjoying yourself, and it's something you love. That's awesome.
Well, maybe I do feel like it's kind of work because I already like worked 4 nights before that.
Oh,
So,
well,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
You're
I'm,
like,
kinda
oh my
tired
gosh,
already.
I'm tired, but you
Yeah.
gotta, yeah. I feel that way about this podcast too. I tell Mo every day, like, I'm so sorry I'm running because, like, I have different babysitters for different kids because my 1-year-old is like a monster. She's like, she will make you hate kids. Like, the easiest way to put it is that she will make you be like, yep, never having a kid. While this one, he's like, oh, you know, he's fine, even though he's getting mad. So I have her with my parents, and, you know, because they will deal with her, you know, they're her grandparents. But, like, another babysitter would be like, I quit, I'm never watching your kid again. So I kind of have to run around every Saturday. Like, everyone's having fun on Saturdays. I'm like, I don't chase for the weekends, I chase for all the other days. But, like, I'm always running around, and then I get to sit here for, like, their 1-hour interview, you know. And then it's like running around again all Saturday. That's how my Saturday is. And are you going anywhere today? Or today was your kind of your off day?
I have nothing booked, but if I wanted to, I could shoot at Concord Music Hall tonight. But we'll see how I feel about that.
Oh.
Yeah, if I'm not too tired, I might head over there and shoot Slander. He's gonna be there.
Okay. And how do you find like all these bands? Like Spotify recommends you?
No, I just go on the venue, like the Concord Music Hall. I'll just go on the events and I'll just like skim through like, you know, the events and see what I want to shoot, or just go from there.
And do you ever think about doing something like out of the like a band that you won't usually do? Like,
yeah, definitely.
The House of Blues, I think, had like a Japanese violinist, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
would you ever do that?
Yeah, I would do it. I'd be down. It's just more practice for me.
You're right, to do all
More
these
exposure.
different angles and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, you know, and when you talk about like having to change the settings on your camera, like now that I think about it, I'm like, man, that must be so hard. Because what I'm imagining is like, you're just like, take a picture, but I didn't think about, and for the different lenses, do you change lenses through the
When I'm in the
set?
pit, I usually don't.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I
Oh,
will.
because there's like a whole bunch of people around.
Yeah,
you and
exactly,
stuff.
and all that stuff. And like usually when I walk around, then I'll just start changing my lenses and
Okay.
like stuff like that. And with that, like I feel like when I'm at the venue, that's like just half my work. Because then you have to go home, you know, upload your pictures, then you gotta edit them individually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like an 8-hour day.
Oh,
if you think
geez.
about it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
'Cause
That's the fun part is going to the venue,
Yeah.
and then coming back home. Is
Then
like
you gotta like consider the drive too. Like it's easily an hour drive from my house.
Oh.
So 2 hours.
2 hours commute. So you
Yeah.
even do commute. It's
Yeah.
basically that is definitely.
So I said it's a journey. Like,
Yeah.
You gotta,
Man.
You know.
Yeah, and what do you do to edit your pictures? Do you really tweak it really hard, or just exposure and things like that?
Yeah, like some photos like need to be tweaked hard, and like I just like putting my own art into the pictures.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and do you ever have that purple yourself? Because I think I saw it a couple days ago on Facebook. It was like it had like a purple almost look. Was that just naturally?
sometimes I don't have to add the purple to it. Sometimes it's just the lighting at the show already. Like I got lucky with it.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll just add like different colors.
Okay.
Sometimes
yeah.
I do black and white images too.
Yeah, I seen that.
I like those a lot.
Yeah, I feel like when you see that, you could really see like the sweat.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
No.
Is that weird? Because you could tell like they're really into the show or things like that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Man. And do you follow like a lot of bands, photographers, like on Instagram and things like that?
Here and there. I don't really like follow like too many of them, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, because Instagram used to be all for photographers.
Yeah.
and
It was.
kind of a little bit died out
Yeah,
a
it
little
did.
bit. But I mean, when you discover that side of Instagram, like you get lost in it.
Yeah, you do.
And it really should have stayed that way. Well, I'm not saying that because obviously we have an Instagram, but we're definitely not photographers. But that side of Instagram is really pretty.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. Man, that's awesome. That's really awesome. And your girl, man, she should have. Did you tell her that you were coming here?
Yeah, she's just at work. though.
Oh, she's at work, dang.
Next time we do something.
Does she work always on Saturdays? 'Cause we
Yeah.
should have her. Oh,
Yeah, she
man.
does.
We'd have to do like a Sunday record. Does she work on Sundays?
No,
Okay.
we're both off.
Oh,
But
okay.
the rest of this year, I'm working Sundays. Yeah.
Oh man.
But starting in January, I'll slow down a little bit.
Yeah, 'cause it gets really busy at this time of the year.
Yeah.
And do they ever? No, I shouldn't ask that. No, you're good.
What?
No, I was gonna be like, man, they should be paying you like triple time and stuff like that
Yeah,
for working
right.
so hard. But I think that's only like unions that
Yeah,
kind of do
I'm
that.
actually part of a union.
Oh,
so,
oh
yeah.
my gosh. Okay. Yeah, my dad is too. So he
Yeah.
always tells me how much he loves it.
Yeah.
But
The money's good. I mean, like it pays for it, but you got to work for it though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not just handed to you.
yeah. And your birthday, did you have that off?
No,
Then
I
what?
worked.
What the heck?
Yeah.
The union service will give your birthday off.
It's
Nah,
another day.
You said nah.
Just
not at
another
all.
day.
And I don't know if I saw tattoos.
Yeah, I
How
have a
many-
couple.
Do you have any ideas for any more? Because I like to. I only have one.
Oh
but-
yeah, I wanted the little peep tattoo.
Oh,
It said
right.
it says Crybaby.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like one of his cover arts for
Yeah,
like his
I've
older
seen that.
albums. Yeah,
I've
I want
seen
that
that.
one. But I actually
Okay.
have a couple tattoos for another artist who I like. His name is Pride. But
Okay.
he goes as Russell now.
Oh,
He's
okay.
based out in Toronto. That's another one of my favorite artists.
And are these like
So-
all like underground artists?
I
or-
consider them underground. I
Um,
mean,
they're not
I
really
didn't.
well known.
Yeah, I forgot to mention a couple who I like. Also, like I like Puya,
Mhm.
Ghostmane, and Suicide Boys. They're like all like in the underground kind
Yeah,
of.
I've never heard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never.
they're like they go hard and stuff, and I like them a lot.
And so are all your tattoos based off of?
Not all of them. I
artists?
have like this other like lady head,
Oh, okay.
like, and I don't know, I have like a flower and stuff, like random
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like my friend. He's more like we had him as a guest. His name is Michael, and he's more like of down to earth, kind of shy, guy. But he has more tattoos than me, and like he just doesn't seem like he would go out and get tattoos.
Yeah,
Like he
exactly.
can't even really talk to people. So it's like, how does he have more than me? But I'm more of like a nerdy person, so like I want like video game tattoos
Oh,
and
okay.
cartoon tattoos all
Nothing
over
wrong
me.
with that.
Yeah. Oh, are you into any of that?
No,
Or
actually, I'm not.
no. Yeah, no, I don't think. Yeah, Madison was, cause like we didn't really hang out in high school, cause like I guess like I was more quiet.
Yeah.
And she was more like the pretty girls.
Oh.
So, but yeah, that's really awesome. I'm glad I was able to find you through her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
I'm glad you were really down. Like you replied really fast. I feel
No,
like a
I'm-
lot of people kind of try to ignore me.
No,
or like
I'm
they're
open
shy.
to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, and it sucks that your other interviews weren't really published like that.
No, it's all good. I mean, I didn't really know like what to expect and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, so I didn't know what to expect about this either.
Yeah, and we're over here like, press this button, and
Yeah.
is this not working? And what's going? And you're just sitting here like, it's fine. I'm so glad, because if you're like, no, I'm out of here. You guys don't know what the fuck you're doing.
No.
Yeah, no. My husband's gonna hear this and be like, what the fuck you mean you were like this in front of the guest? But no, he's cool. He's cool, guys. He's really cool. Well, that's awesome. I mean, I'm really glad. And I should just say his socials really quick. His personal Instagram is whoisBinoLow, and it's who is Bino and then LOW. If you don't really understand what I'm trying to say here, BINO is Bino. Yeah, I should probably explain that too. And then his photography is Photos by Bino, which is FOTOS by BINO. And then your what brand?
Yeah,
right?
my brand page. Yeah,
And is it like iStance?
yeah like iStance.
iStance.co, which
Yep.
is ISTANCE.co. I did see it, and it had a lot of cars and things like
Yeah.
that. And is that where you would post like all your inspirational things?
I post like inspirational things on my personal and that, and I post a couple on my photos page too.
Yeah. Okay.
I just try to put it out there as much, but lately I haven't because I've just been busy. And
Yeah, really busy.
Going
Can't
through-
blame you.
Yeah, depression and stuff kind of like sucks, but
Yeah.
just gotta like push through it.
Yeah, always. That's really
Yep.
cool. Yeah, like our one of our networks, they talk a lot about the mental health.
Yeah.
Because especially in the gay and black community, I feel like they try to kind of they do explain that they try to push it under the rug, like you're not manly.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't cry, if you do cry, you're not manly, and I feel like that's really toxic. That's
Yeah, it is.
extremely
Definitely.
toxic. Like you guys aren't human. Like
Yeah, for
I don't
real.
really understand. And then if you do that, then they kind of get more aggressive, and then people wonder why they're aggressive, or they're mad, or they feel like everything's unfair. Well, it's because society's telling them, like, oh, like, don't cry. Like, I see a lot of posts, like, a guy was like going like this, and they're like, wow, his hands are on his face, and it's like, what? I don't
That's my
understand.
profile picture for my Instagram.
Oh, what?
It's kind of weird. My hands on my face.
Oh,
like this.
yeah. But there's like, it was like at a rally, and like he was going like this.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like a Democratic rally.
Oh, okay,
And
that's
like a
probably why.
Republican was
Yeah.
saying like, wow, look at him. Like like Democrats are
Yeah.
all. And it's like he was just touching his face. Like I don't understand that. And
That's what my show's for. Break that shit down.
yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. For politics. And so does Maddie ever take pictures of you? Does she ever like kind of mess around with the camera?
Yeah, I just give her my camera sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's on the settings. Hey, take a picture of me.
Oh yeah. That's
That's
really
usually me
nice.
taking pictures of her though. So
Oh, yeah. She does post how much she
Yeah.
loves you all the time. Man, guys, this is a power couple. Everyone needs to learn. Everyone needs to learn that you gotta be there for each other. That's really awesome that you guys bring each other up like that, because you
Yeah.
really need that. I think it's possible to do it by yourself, but
no, it is definitely, but it's nice for help.
Yeah, it's a lot
Help's always
harder
nice.
when you're alone, because
You're dealing with that right now.
yeah, yeah. Well, because my mental, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, so.
Oh, okay.
But people think like I'm crazy.
No, you're not
like,
crazy.
I'm crazy, or because like with mine, it's like for weeks I'll be like really happy and excited. I'm gonna do everything I wanted to do in my life, and I'm gonna take all these crazy. I'm gonna spend like all this money at once, and then the other weeks you kind of feel like crap, and
Yeah.
you feel like you're really mad at everyone, and
Yeah, exactly.
you hate the world.
Yeah, I
and-
know. Yeah, I know.
And so people think like you're crazy, or like when people find out, I feel like they use that against you almost.
Oh yeah.
They'll be like, yeah, well, you're just crazy, or well, you just have bipolar, you're bipolar, crazy bitch. And I get
Yeah.
that all the time. That's why it's like people don't really talk about it for that reason. But I do see that at least there's becoming a bigger awareness, like a way bigger awareness, which is really awesome. Because like back then, people, it was almost like parents say like, oh, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, like everyone has some sort of hardship, so how does that not exist almost? And so, well, I'm really glad that you were able to be open about that.
No, man. You
Yeah.
gotta be.
Yeah. And I mean, and your girl's there for you, even when you're working all the time.
Exactly.
And you're off today, but she's working. But
Mhm.
that's really cool. Do you guys live like kind of close to each other?
She actually stays with me right now.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Oh, so you guys, oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so happy for you guys.
Actually, in the process right now of getting my own place as well.
Oh,
so.
okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best first step, because I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
my first apartment
Yeah.
with my husband. It wasn't his because my husband was married before me, so everything that I did was not his first. But it's really nice to finally get out there. At first, it's like really hard. You see all those memes on Facebook of like people getting their first apartment. It's like a lawn chair,
Yeah.
and that's how it is at first. But it's really worth it. It's really worth it because I don't know. My parents are super controlling. So like everything in my life was like controlled hardcore, and of course it's their house. Like I can't say yes or no, but once you get that freedom, although you have like a billion more bills to pay,
Yeah.
and a lot of things are more at stake. If like people these like if they live with their parents, they're like, well, I didn't have a heavy paycheck, but it's not that harsh. But the people who do pay rent and things like that, it's a lot more like, no, it
Yeah.
needs to be done like ASAP. We need to figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that you're able to do a lot with your photography, because you just started a couple months ago, I guess, taking it seriously.
taking it seriously. Yeah.
And you're already kind of getting like free, and like artists are using
Yeah.
it. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
For something so recent.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I think that should even be a bigger motivator for you. And you should like like have like little note cards, not note cards, but business cards.
I have a bunch of them.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
there you
I don't
go.
have one on me now, I think, but
Yeah, you should be like when girls be like, hey, are you a part of this? Be like, yeah, here's my.
yeah, I always hand them out. I always
Oh.
keep them in my
Yeah, okay.
backpack or whatever
Dang,
and hand them
then
out
you-
all day.
Yeah, you're really on top of it.
No, I try to be.
You're-
I have business cards for that and my brand page, so I have a
Oh,
bunch of
okay.
cards.
And how long have you been a part of the brand?
The brand page that I own, it's I just reestablished it back in 2017.
Because I saw you have like a lot of followers on that.
Yeah, people they like it a lot, and
Yeah.
I have a bunch of stickers and like merch and
Oh,
stuff too.
okay.
And, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I saw that because when you said like, oh, your brand, you know, I was checking all your Instagrams out, and I was like, holy crap, I didn't even know this about
Yeah.
this part. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm really glad, and thank you guys for listening. Once again, our sponsors, Basic Roofing TX and Basic Roofing IL, you know, they work with your insurance companies also, so you're not going to pay 10 grand out of your pocket. Like, they're going to make sure that your insurance pays what they're supposed to be paying. Like, sure, they'll try to screw you over and be like, we're not going to cover this and we're not going to cover that. And Basic Roofing will get their adjusters in, and they will say, no, you're going to pay what these people have been paying for every month, and you guys are basically going to pay your deductible, which is what it can be as low as like $200 for a brand new roof. Like, there you go, homeowners, everyone, even if you own a business. If you own a business, you really want your roof to look really good, because if your roof is bad, then you get leaking on the inside, and then it's going to look really, really bad. So definitely hit up Basic Roofing IL and Basic Roofing TX.
These
And
guys are thorough too. I mean,
yeah, they're really.
They got drones, infrared cameras.
Yeah, if you look up
industrial-sized cranes.
Basic Roofing's Facebook, like, they'll be showing their drones taking pictures of roofs and everything, and all their infrared cameras, so they make sure they really don't miss anything. They really want to be there for you guys. They're definitely a wholesome company, because they're there for the hurricanes, giving out gas and water and food, and they weren't even doing roofs. They were literally there just to help out the people. So don't forget to hit them up. They're the wonderful sponsors of Two Sushi Rolls podcast. And once again, I'm here with Photos by Bino, and his Instagrams are Who is Bino Low, Photos by Bino, and icedance.co. So thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, anytime.
All right, and if my producer can definitely turn this on. All right, so thank you so much, guys.